y'all. I'm Darielle, the face behind the Urban Book Nook, where I share book reviews, author spotlights, and all things lit literally. And I am so happy to be here today with Miss Anna J herself. So thank you so much for joining me. I am
Thank
new
you
to
for
your
having me.
catalog, girl, and the
Welcome.
two books I read, we're about to get into because what? So, for those who are those readers who are new to discovering you for the first time, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Okay, well, I am Anna J. I have about 35 books in my catalog at this point. I started writing in 2004. My very first book is My Woman, His Wife.
Okay.
That came out of 2004. And I write in every genre, just about. I write erotica, I write erotic thriller now, I write street lit, I write urban fiction, I write a little bit of everything. I'm working on a romance. So I span across all genres. I'm gonna try a little bit of everything. And yeah, no, I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for over 20 years.
I see. So I put that I was
Yeah.
reading your book on Threads, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" So clearly, I need to catch up on your catalog. But
Mhm.
the two that I got into, so let's start with The Hunt.
Let's start with it. Yes.
Okay,
My
so
guy Dylan.
I think I'm toxic because a part
Don't
of
you love him?
me, yeah.
Yes. Yes, like, because you're thinking, like, do I love him? But I
Right.
do, but do I? And
And
I
a
do.
part of me was like, maybe I would have
Yes,
been one of his victims because I would have easily.
he would have had, girl, baby, listen.
So how do we even get to the idea of them? So I'm a science. Oh, I'm just like a documentary girly. So I love me a serial killer. Okay, just
Mhm,
give it to
mhm.
me. How do we get to the idea of him?
So Dylan came about just challenging myself. I've started reading thriller maybe like 3 to 4 years ago.
Okay.
My very first book was Never Lie by Frida McFadden. Loved it. Love I am a Frida reader for sure. And I'm reading and I'm like, okay, so all of these are starting to sound the same.
Mhm.
Who else writes this? And
Mhm.
then I ran into my girl Octavia Grant. And I said, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about right here. And then now you got Tony LaRue and you got Tanisha Stewart and you got J.R. Mason and like all of these people is writing thriller. And
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, so is this what we like?
This is what we like.
I can do this. I can definitely do this. So I wrote a Christian thriller called Cain, A Twin Temptation Tale.
Okay.
I wrote it for the book lovers app for Ashley Antoinette about a year or so ago. And I like, you know what? Like, let me just try it again. Let me just try it again. Cause Dylan's creeping around the house. He in my head. He like, hey, I got a story to tell. Cause my characters come visit. So I said, okay, talk to me, sir. Who are you? And he's telling me his story, and I'm like, okay, let's get this down on paper. And Dylan just came about, and I wanted a character that looked like me. I wanted a character that was from where I'm from. I wanted a character that sounded like me when he talked. So yeah, I don't live in the suburbs. I live down the way.
Yeah, but even him being like a business owner, girl, like you made him so normal that I was like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
A normal as normal as a serial killer can be,
Right.
right? Right. But Dylan had a little conscience about him though. He wasn't just
Yeah.
out here
Girl,
like, it bothered him a little bit.
we were I was talking, I told you I posted something on Threads, and so
Mhm.
somebody commented like the nerve of him to have morals. And I was like, right.
Ain't that
Like
crazy? Yes.
you have
Like what's wrong
standards,
with him?
you have morals.
Because he like, but he felt like he was helping us out.
He did.
Low key. He felt like he was doing us a service. So yeah.
He did. He
Hmm.
did. And then when the table started to turn, I was like, maybe can we just like take him in for questioning? Like,
Hmm.
do we have to do anything more than what
Yeah.
we did?
We
So
have to do more.
I didn't
Mhm.
like it. But I mean, that's what you want though, right? Even when I'm watching these documentaries, that's what I want. Like you want like to every like the victims to get their revenge. But I'm like, we could have questioned him, maybe held him a little bit. Maybe we could have done something a little different.
Because we all want the chair experience. So, that's what it's really we all want the
Girl,
chair
this
experience.
chair. And I'm like, he's getting reupholstered? What? What?
And you see how many times he had to do it, right? My man is wild. When he pulled the black light out, I was done. I said, okay, Dylan.
Girl, Where did you get that? Well, I guess you've been watching enough documentaries. You just did
I love a good
well.
ID channel. I love me a good First 48. I love me, you know.
You did well with the details. And again, as a documentary, I was like, yep, she's right. That's exactly what he would have done because you care. And even like in the Ted Bundy one, like he was using a plastic and he was saying the same
Because you don't
thing.
want that, because you know hardwood is not forgiving. You know, you don't want that thing to get dark right there. You got to keep these floors together. So he was like, let me just take precautions.
Okay, so then we have Dylan.
Mhm.
So we have what happened to Zanaya. So how did that morph into book two then? Because going from that to actually like, go ahead before I give you my theory on it.
Okay, so what happened to Zanaya? In the hunt, you meet Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
You meet Officer Morgan,
Yep.
Morgan Johnson. You know, her and her husband are on the police force. And, she has a thing because, she had a rape experience or grape experience when she
Yep.
was younger. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of her vibe. She's trying to save these teens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I got done writing The Hunt,
Mm-hmm.
I started writing Copycat, which is technically book two in the Hunt series.
Mm-hmm.
But Morgan was like, babe, we not right now. She was being very difficult, by the way.
I can see
She
that.
was just like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to, let's get into this next book. And she like, well, no, like, so these people just not gonna know my story. They just want you just gonna skip past my whole story and go, we still talking about him? And I'm like, oh, well, what do you want to talk about? So I was just, I stopped writing Copycat because like she wasn't cooperating. And it sat for like months. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, you might want to put a book out because like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was in here watching the news one morning and they was talking about how the teens and stuff is missing in the city. And I'm thinking like, you know what, that's kind of Morgan's thing. She had an experience.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people that she want to save. And Zanaya was born. Now that I know that that all of that was going to I don't write an outline. I literally think
That was
about
my
it as I
next
go.
question. I was like, so do you have
Yeah.
an outline? Don't be taking my question.
No, the outline is harder than writing a book.
I can see
So
that.
I don't write an outline. I just kind of like, I just, as I go, I'm thinking like, okay, what's going to happen next, Anna? What's going to happen next? So I did not know that Zanaya was going to be that deep. I knew it was going to be heartbreaking,
Yeah.
but it wasn't until I actually started getting into the particulars of the story that it
Mm.
all just kind of, it just all kind of did what it did. I am so, even though it was a sad story, I promise you, Zanaya must be my best work. Easy.
And let me tell you, okay, so from a reader being introduced to your work, I was in cough because this is how I looked at it. Book one, you gave me the point of view of a serial killer, right?
Mhm, mhm.
But nobody ever gives us a point of view of their victims. So I see book two as like the point of view of the victims. And that messed me up because I'm like, you gave us both point of views. And like now you see what the family has experienced or how they even got there. But then we know like what a serial killer is thinking because of Dylan. And I'm like, girl, you did that. I think I finished them both within a week setting. Like I finished one and I was like, all right, on to the other. I
On
just
to the next
think that
one. Yep.
it's genius. And even the promotional work that you've been doing behind the missing black girls, I think is very is a beautiful piece as on its own because
Thank
I
you.
I saw one think piece you were like, what could we have done different? I don't know. I'm raising kids now and I mean you don't know your child. You don't think you do.
You don't. And I'm gonna just tell you what, for me personally, like I don't have any biological children. But I did have a foster daughter a couple years ago.
Hmm.
When she came here, she was 15, well, she was 15 years old. She was already pregnant. She was already shuffled around. She had already like been, so she had already done an adult thing. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's 15, she's about to have a baby, but being a teen mom is not the end of your life. So
Hmm.
maybe I can show her, like you could with a great support system, even a mediocre support system, you can still thrive, you
Yeah.
know? Baby, listen, that girl got here and I have never seen nothing like it. And when I say for Zanaya, I worked from home at that time and I was right here in the house with the teen and missed a whole bunch. So I
Hmm.
can only imagine what Waukesha was missing working overtime, trying to maintain the lifestyle that she gave her daughter.
Yes.
Because we want our kids to have a soft life because a lot of us didn't. So our goal is to give our kids the things we didn't have. I didn't have a whole bunch of name brand stuff growing up. When
Mhm.
my mom went school shopping for the year, that was school shopping for the year.
Yep.
So we didn't get, we might have got some more Christmas, or something like that. But we didn't constantly get.
Yeah.
So the kids these days, the shoes is $300, the hair is bundles
The
is hundreds of
phones,
dollars,
the
phone
eyelashes.
$1,000. So she's
Yeah.
giving her this soft life that she has to maintain.
Yeah.
So now Zanaya is kind of left to her own devices.
Yeah. But the
And Zanaya
nerve
was
of
left
you
to
to
her own
have them
devices.
doing that man, that
That
man.
man,
And if
that
you didn't
man,
give me a disclaimer at the front of the book, he would have been on my list. That man,
Big Mike. And Big Mike could be just like Zanaya can be anybody. Big Mike can be anybody
anybody living a double life.
living a double life because for him, they were both hiding him from each other. So it was
Mm-hmm.
easy. It
Mm-hmm.
was easy. But people like him, they live in the house right here
Yeah.
and then the house down there. And then the house around the corner where you send your child had to go get stuff from the
Yep.
store.
That appear
Big Mike is around
together.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. So my hope with this book, I wanted to piss y'all off. I hope you are upset. I want
You
people to
did,
be upset
girl.
about
I
it.
was like,
Good. That was the goal because I feel like our teens are out of control. That's the first thing. And then I feel like, because of the internet and everything is so pop, 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 we're forgetting the danger of strangers.
mm-hmm.
So the fact that I remember I will always say to her, because like I said, she was already pregnant, 15 years old. And I'm sure the guy that got her pregnant was in his 20s or something like that. And I said to her, I said, it's people in his age range that he can pick from. So what do you think he really want from you?
Yeah.
Besides what he got from you?
Yeah. But even looking
Yeah.
back on my childhood, I remember like it used to be high school boys outside our middle
Yeah.
school. So like in
Yes.
hindsight, I'm like, dang, that was
That
us.
was us.
Yeah.
Zanaya was us. But
Yeah.
we just so happened to survive the 80s and 90s and
Yeah.
2000s.
And not even think about it. So
Yeah.
what was the hardest scene to write in that book?
The hardest scene without really giving it away, the hardest scene for me, well, it was two. The first one was the bathtub
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I was trying to decide what was going to happen in there. If she was going to, And the second hardest, which literally I'm talking about, like I broke down in tears after I wrote it, and I couldn't write anymore for like a good 2 weeks.
Oh, let's see which one it is.
That's when she ran towards that light.
Okay, that one. Okay.
Yeah, because she didn't have anything else. For her, it was like,
That okay, so those two scenes, and then I would add at the end when she was found, like just the description. I was in here like, you're kidding me. I literally like was my Kindle. I was like, let me step away. I was
the
destroyed.
funniest part to me about it though, it's not funny actually. Let me I only laugh because people are so angry about it. It's the reaction to me. I'd be cracking up. April would be so pissed. Like, why every time I say something you laugh? I said because it's like, this is what I was looking for.
Oh my
But
gosh.
the thing for me was when he came back and the body wasn't there, and Q was like, oh, I handled it. You handle what?
Yes, that part had me like, what do you mean?
Mike
What do
was
you
sick.
mean? What do you mean? Yeah, but I like a part of me was like, that's what you get. Like
Yep.
I enjoyed the him like he was nervous. He didn't know what to do.
He has never in his life.
But then you added like another layer onto the suspense because now I'm like, where's she at? Where's she gonna go? Like, who found her? So even that part, I was like, now I gotta get to the end because what do you mean she's not there?
Yep.
Like, okay, well done. Well, well done. So what was the hardest scene of the hunt to write?
So the hunt, I didn't really have any hard scenes, but the one scene that spooked me the most, because mind you, the hunt was my first time writing something to that magnitude. Because even like I wrote Kane, but it wasn't nearly as like this was like it was very gory to me, you know.
Because what part you got
So
to say, girl? What part
yeah,
you
so the part that spooked me the most, this is the part I want to say I wrote it in like the note to the reader when I first opened up the book was when Heather was having a dream and she was pinned to the bed, like the badge was pinned to her skin,
Oh,
and the whole room was red. And then it was like the bodies were sitting on the shelf lined up, and the heads was hanging and still looking, and
yeah.
it's blood dripping, and Dylan carrying on. I said, baby, listen, that was a bit much for me. And when I went there, and I'm a nighttime writer, so I usually write between like 10 p.m. and like 2 a.m. That's kind of like my time.
So you had to go.
So I went to sleep, and the media was like, whoa, like that thing, yeah. I couldn't believe I even wrote that.
No, no. Let me tell you which one. When they were doing the nasty and like
Oh,
he,
from the beginning.
yes, she was like jerking as he was finishing. Like my mouth was like, there,
But,
no,
but he was
no
such a
way,
gentleman. He finished her off. I mean, damn.
no way.
He listen, he got her where she was supposed to be. He was a gentleman. He made sure he completed the job. He did his part.
Oh, you do so well. So what? Okay, so these two books, right? What? I guess what mind frame are you putting yourself in? Or are we are we like submersed in thriller mysteries? Like, are you just putting yourself in that space? Like, what is the secret for you to pour out these gems the way you do?
So I'm definitely in the space. For me, it plays out like a movie. So
Mm,
when I'm typing it, I'm writing what I see. I'm writing what I hear. So like when he left the bar with her and they were walking back to the place,
mhm.
I can hear her heels clicking
Me too.
while they were walking,
Me
you
too.
know? And Zanaya, when Officer Morgan told her that her daughter was found and she screamed finally. I heard that.
Me
You
too.
know, so my hope, and I hear a lot of y'all, y'all say it. My hope is always that y'all can see what I see.
Mm,
Because for me, it's playing like a movie. So
me
I just
too.
hope that y'all when y'all in it, y'all all the way in. Like you're in the room, you could smell the stuff coming out of the restaurant. You could taste the lemon cake that they were eating when they went to the vineyard.
You're
You
right.
could sip the wine. Like you are in it. That's my goal every time.
You
And
just you do so well. You definitely deserve your flowers. So as a new reader to you, girl, I am you won me over. So now I got to get really in your catalog. So I'll be back with my venting and stuff. Don't you worry. So
I'm ready.
was Dylan based off any real serial killer, or you just kind of put your pieces together
No,
yourself?
I made Dylan up. I made him up completely. I just knew that I wanted him to be diabolical. I knew that. I knew that whatever was wrong with him, because I still never diagnosed Dylan, but I knew whatever was wrong with him started at a young age. I
Mm,
knew that.
and
I knew that his parents got a thing both that they prayed for, but they wasn't ready to receive it yet.
hmm
I knew that. So when you pray for things and God tells you no, we don't always be okay with the no, you know? Sometimes no is actually no. You can't
yeah,
have that. Sometimes no is not right now. I gotta build you a little bit more so you can handle what you're asking for.
yeah.
So when you go above and beyond and out of your way to get a thing that's not supposed to be yours, you
Mm,
get a serial killer. And then you try it again and you get a fire starter.
yeah.
So it's like, because his sister is a fire starter.
Yes.
So sometimes we just have to let things play out the way they're supposed to play out. Sometimes when you ask for things, it don't look the way it's supposed to look. And sometimes when you get a thing that you're not equipped to handle, you fumble it. And
Mm.
now your son running around the city killing people.
You just dropped a whole word on us. Okay, let's take a moment for that word. So, which character was the most difficult to write? Either book, just which one really was like, ah.
Um, I didn't have any difficulty writing these characters. They were all very vocal about what they wanted to say. They were all very vocal about how they wanted to be portrayed. And
Mm,
they were all very well, until they weren't. They were all very cooperative for the most part until I thought I was going to write the copycat. And Morgan was like, "Hold on, back it up."
so,
So,
besides Morgan, who else kept talking to you? Like, anybody get a bigger role than you originally thought?
so for what happened to Zanaya, besides Morgan and Mike, I said to myself, "Who is protecting Mike? Because
Mm.
why are you able to keep doing this?"
Oh, girl, we're not even gonna get on this damn wife, but okay.
Yeah. So Yvette came about with her raggedy self.
She raggedy. Now I did
Hmm.
appreciate you though for her POV. So
Hmm.
I do appreciate you, even though I feel like, girl, you know better. But at least we got some reasoning on why, because we knew that she knew.
Hmm.
So why you just didn't turn the man in?
Because we be in love with the stupidest people. We
Girl,
be in love with the stupidest people. And sometimes in love, we don't think about and not until it's over or it's almost over and it's really hurting. That's when you like, oh, I should have did X, Y, and Z.
he,
But you know, she done spent years with this man. She got kids by this man. They got properties. They got businesses.
he found her when she was young.
She was young, but he also found the 12-year-old when they were young. You
Yes.
understand what I mean? So for her, she probably I don't really know what Yvette's whole thing was, but in my head, I'm thinking she's like, okay, I didn't get this man kids. We done built all these things. He's going to choose me eventually, and
Hmm.
he never did. So for her, it was just kind of like like, what do I do with him? Like, I don't want him, but I don't want anybody else to have him. We know people like that.
It was almost like Stockholm syndrome. Am I saying it right?
Exactly like it. And then on one person that was my absolute favorite though, and it's a shame I didn't give her a name, but Shanice's mom, I absolutely adored her.
Yes. So she did not play the radio, okay?
No, she said, baby, she said you could go missing and you're gonna be gone, is what she told her.
She surely did.
I ain't raised you like this. You better say something.
You better sing like a hummingbird. That's me and my
Yeah.
kids. You better sing like a hummingbird. If they gonna pass you a happy meal, you better eat it and start talking.
Yeah.
Because how many
So,
girls are protecting each other? Like,
yeah. But it's weird though, because like when it came to Shanice, Shanice is a teenager.
mm-hmm,
And Shanice thought she was protecting her friend
mm-hmm,
because Shanice has to go to school. And
mm-hmm.
Lord knows at teen, 13, 17, you do not want to be labeled a snitch.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true too. Because the adult side of me is like, girl, talk.
The
You know
adult
what a
side.
boy is?
Right. But the 16-year-old is, or the 15-year-old is like, because if I tell, she gonna be mad, she gonna be on punishment. It's gonna be my fault that she's in
Yeah.
trouble now. And not thinking like, maybe I should say something because they probably could have found her a lot sooner. They
Mm-hmm.
probably could have actually found her and not where they found her, you know?
Yeah. That's true.
Hmm.
As she spoke up the first time, maybe we need to give her a story or maybe have her
Mm,
reappear somewhere. I don't know. You got
I
a couple of gyms that you can go somewhere in those though.
well, I didn't know this was going to be a series. That was the first thing. I thought I was going to write a book.
Okay.
I was going to write The Hunt, and that was it. And then now it's like it's all of these people.
Right. So
So
are you saying we getting a book for?
I went, yeah, it's going. I mean, in my head when I prayed about it, when I talked to God about it, I keep seeing the number five for some reason. So in my head, there's five. I don't know because I don't know what the five going to be. But The Hunt is the first book, and then Zanaya is a prelude to the copycat, and then the copycat is the second book,
Uh,
and then we're going to have a prelude to something, and then we're going to have a book three.
uh,
That's how it played out in my head. Now, what these books going to be, what they're going to be about, I don't know.
sign
But when I
us.
prayed about it, that's what I saw.
So what's our target goal? Are we talking about at least book two? Well, this year? Or are we talking about next year? What are we talking?
Well, see, I'm not a 100 book a year writer,
Okay.
right? And I applaud people that can put out
Multiple books. Yeah, I
five,
understand.
yeah, they put out 90 books a month. I applaud them to do that. But for me, I like to because I don't write outlines and because I don't write notes, I like to really sit down with my characters
Hmm.
and talk to my characters and let them tell me what it is like what is your story? I
Hmm.
like to be able to like just kind of let it marinate and let it flow. I don't want it to be forced. I don't want it to be rushed. I want to be able to take my time, know who these people are, and let the story flow. You're not going to get a rush story from me, which is why stories like Zanaya can happen because I can actually sit down and think this little girl, something happened to her, and what is the outcome of that? How did that ripple effect from her doing what she did? How did that affect all the rest of these people? So
Hmm.
I can sit down and do that and not have to feel like I have to do it and have the book out in 30 days.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna I'm, I'm gonna take my time with my projects every single time.
Because it lets us develop. And I
It
can
lets it develop.
see the tenderness that you take in your writing because the details for somebody like me, I'm like, oh, you got these things down to a P. Like I saw the chair, I
Mhm.
saw his apartment, I saw the bottle and cases of wine. Like I saw all this as I was reading. So
Yeah, and I could do that because I actually have time to develop the story. I can go read that chapter 15
yeah.
times if I want to, you know?
And because
And
you
it's
know,
not
bring
and it's
the
not just
picture.
me. I don't want anybody to ever think like when you see Anna J, it's just me. Because there I have a whole think tank team. I have a whole team
Oh,
that I run the stories through. So like as I'm writing, sometimes as I'm writing, well, with Zanaya, I kind of they was pissed off at me. I played in their face a little bit and I didn't give it to them until it was done. But typically, like, I'll write some and then I'll ask either one of them, like, read the chapter and tell me, like, did it sound crazy to you? Or is it repetitive? Like I have a whole team of people that I depend on
oh,
that I go. So before you get it, before anybody in the world gets it, we go through this book, we write this book, we meet sometimes two, three times to discuss the book, to discuss any loopholes, potholes, something they making sense. You called him Charles in chapter one, but he became Brian in chapter five. Who the hell is Brian?
yeah.
Like we do all of that. You
Which is
understand what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we go through the whole. How do you feel when we did Zanaya? It was a lot of tears in that Zoom. Like, how do we feel about this? Are
Yeah.
we taking anything out? Am I going too far? Am I saying too much?
Is there anything that you took out?
No,
Okay, I
not one
was gonna
thing.
say, girl,
Not one thing. But I almost didn't. I almost didn't put the project out because I was nervous about it because it's so heavy. And
yeah.
I'm talking to them about it, and I'm like, oh, yo, I don't know. Like this right here, I don't know. And they like, girl, if you don't get the hell on and put this.
It's heavy, but it's a good read. Like it would,
Yeah,
even her mother's point of view was developed enough that, like, even if you're dealing with grief, that is the stage of grief that she went through is very real. So it made them human. Like
it
the
made them human. And I
part,
wanted
yeah,
people. I didn't want people to be like, oh, Zanaya's a little fast tail.
yeah,
No, Zanaya has, it was a whole lot of things that went into that, that
yeah.
played into that. So that's my whole thing. Even with Dylan, my think tank team was like, one of the young ladies in the team was like, well, you say he's from the islands, and I'm like, yeah. She said, well, how come everybody sound like they from America? I
Mm.
said, oh, baby, they need an accent. I'll be right back. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, that
So
makes
those are the
sense.
kind of things that happen in the think tank. Stuff that like point of views that I don't see that people can say, oh, well, Anna, what about this? And I'm like, oh, that's a good one. So when you see my name on something, you got to know that we done took that thing through the ringer
I love
before it
it.
ever hit the streets.
Yeah. And see,
And
I
that
like
takes
the
time.
behind the scenes type of information because now
Yeah.
it's like when you read the book, like you're getting quality work, and that's
Yes.
what I love about this space is like you give us your art and we get so consumed with it that
Mhm.
I'm like I'm hooked, girl. You can't tell me no
Yeah.
different.
And I can't do that if I'm flipping books every 30 days.
Yep,
So
to
for
get it
me,
out. Yeah,
if I only do 2 books a year, I'm happy with that.
yeah.
I am completely happy with that because I know within that time I was able to really sit down and pull
Well,
this story all the way together.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, that just works for me.
I can see that. Okay, so if someone is picking up one of your books for the first time, and this is going to be a hard question, which one would you recommend they start with?
So it depends on what they like to read because I'm gonna tell you, I wrote this series called The Double Cross a couple years ago.
Noted, double
Mhm.
cross.
And it's about these twins. And the book opens up with one of the twins burying the other twin.
Mm,
So yeah, if you wanted something gritty like a little street tale kind of thing, the double cross would be the one. If you want to go back to like when my pen was young, this was a baby pen. I was probably writing with a pencil then, with my woman, his wife. But that's a classic. People love Monica
mm.
still, and we about 24 years out at this point. People love her 20
Okay.
years later. And then Dylan is my first shot at thriller, so you can always start there.
Yes, you can, because that's where
Yeah,
I started. Because
yeah.
the covers is what got me. But Zanaya is a beautiful cover. As soon as I saw the release of it, it is a gorgeous cover.
Miko Covington. Miko is the bomb. Like when I say that girl, I have 3 cover artists that I consistently work with because I like to first of all, they're going to be black and they're going to be female because that's what we're going to do. That's
Mm-hmm.
every single time. And I just like because I feel like when you work with the same people, they know your style. They know what you
Yeah.
like.
Mm-hmm.
And Miko creates, she consistently creates beautiful covers. And just so happened I was on, stalking her page, and I was like, "Oh, what's that? That's mine. That's mine right here. Here's my card. That's mine. Give it to me.
Ring me up.
Bring me up and let's talk about it." And yeah, and she did an amazing job with that. So now
So,
the hunt cover, I created the actual cover myself, but J.R. Mason helped me pull it all together.
okay. I like it
So
too though. Because it
yeah.
makes you go, what is this? Like the cover, even both of them. I'm a
Mhm.
book cover girly. So
Mhm.
if the cover's there, I don't care what the book is about. We'll figure it out after. So both of the covers, you did well, girl. You did well from a new fan to you. So what can readers expect from you next? Where can we find you? Where can we see you? What's on your
Okay.
TBR?
So I'm outside this year. I'm gonna come on out, see the people. So my first event will be Chocolate City Lit in
Okay.
DC. That's in April. And of course I'll have Zanaya. I have Zanaya be there, the hunt will be there. I have an exclusive project just for Chocolate City Lit that's about to drop that people will be able to get. That's oh, it's so amazing. I can't give you more details than that, but just watch my page. It's
Just no.
coming. The details
Okay.
is about
Okay.
to come. Then after that, I'll be at Pages in the City in New
Okay.
York. That is in July. And I'm actually doing an exclusive for that. I'm writing a romance right now. I'm trying my hand at romance. So that'll be dropping for Pages in the City. And then License to Thrill is in October.
Yes.
Yes, and that's October, I want to say either 24th or the 25th or the 23rd
It's
and the 24th, somewhere around here.
yeah.
And that's put together by the BWW group, Black Women Who Write Thriller. And it's a whole thriller book event. So
I've
if you love
been seeing
thriller
it.
and you just happen to be in Nashville, baby, we all gonna be there.
I've been seeing it.
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be so good. So definitely come through.
When are you making your way to Houston?
I want to. I want to. I mean, we're gonna talk to God about it and see how it
Okay.
goes. Because I also I have an event in 27. I can't think of the name of it at the moment, but and I think that's in Ohio. But don't count me on,
Okay.
don't count me on it.
We got to
But
work on getting you to Houston for
yeah, so
sure.
I'm ready to come outside. So and I'm excited about 'cause writing again. I didn't write for a little while. I didn't write for maybe like 7 to 8 years. I was living
Okay.
life, got married, all of the things. And I stopped writing for a little bit, for like 8, 9 years. And then I started writing again, and then I stopped again. And then now I'm back again. So I'm excited about it again. Because for me, the minute it starts feeling like a job, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this with y'all. So as long as it's fun, I'll keep doing it. So I'll be outside. I'll be outside this year.
I love, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all your endeavors. Well deserved. And now I got to get to a license to thrill. I've been seeing it, but now I
Yeah.
got to get there. Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be something. Tanisha Stewart, and I want to say Tony LaRue. But that whole BWW clique, they put it together. And I'm talking about like all of the if you want thriller, that's gonna be the spot. And this is like something new that there's never been like a black thriller event
I
like
know,
this.
I know.
Yeah, so this is
Okay. I got to
yeah,
get my
this is
points
exciting.
together for it. So before
Yeah.
we get out of here, we're going to do a spill the tea in the nook. We'll go through some
Okay.
like fast questions. Okay. Coffee or tea while writing or something else?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Do you drink
Yeah.
Mountain Dew all the time?
I'm not, girl, we're gonna work on it. I'm not gonna say all the time, but if a serial killer was trying to grab me, yeah, that's how they would get me.
Is
Little
this
King.
Mountain Dew?
That's how they would get me.
It's
Yep.
hilarious. I'm like that over ginger ale. So
Yeah, that's how they would get me.
I'm
Yeah,
like
I'm
this
not
in
because
flavor.
I live a sober life, so I don't drink wine, I don't drink vodka, I don't smoke like so. But Mountain Dew would definitely get me trapped up somewhere.
So plot twist you love writing the most. Which ones? Suspense, romance, heartbreak?
Currently, thriller suspense. Currently, but I'm so in the wind about things because today is thriller. Right now, it's thriller suspense. The romance is dragging me a little bit. So I don't know. I'm gonna revisit this. I'm gonna see my way through the project, but I don't know if I'm gonna do another one. This might be a one and done. But thriller, anything that has to do with any kind of vengeance, any kind of getting back,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my lick back.
the table's gonna turn. So
Yeah.
you mentioned Frida McFadden was one of your favorite thriller authors.
Yes, I
Any
love her.
other ones?
Frida McFadden, I love Kirsten Moglin. She wrote this series called The Arrangement. Baby, listen, Peter and Ansley were hilarious. All
Okay.
right. So, and I after that, I had to go down her whole catalog. So, Kirsten Moglin is one. I love Geneva Rose. Geneva Rose is another one. I
Mm.
love John Mars. So I read. I get my read on. I want to say I read like almost 400 books last year. I get my read on when I can.
Oh, I see. Are you
Yeah,
an Audible, Kindle, or physical copy?
I like them all. So what I lately, I want to say within the past couple years, I typically start out on Kindle.
Yeah, let me see.
If I love the book, now you get a spot. So I don't just be all willy-nilly just out here.
You gotta buy. So look,
Yeah,
I got I had you on Kindle, so now I'm like, I'll be sliding in you to get my physical copies because I
let me
need
get the
my book
physical.
trophies. They gotta,
Yes, do
once
it.
I read it, it's gotta be my book trophies. Trust me.
Yes,
Trust me
yes.
on that. Okay, and last one. What character would you never want to meet in real life? Any
Which
one of your books.
Mike? Because first of all, Mike was fine. Why he look like I said, oh, baby, listen, when she came with the visuals, I was like, damn, that's Mike?
Right. Is that what I thought?
Oh, girl. I hope I never run into him. Because I know what you did, but I might just be tempted to just like give him a little bit, just a little taste, that's a little tad, a little, a little one, two.
We
Because
all
Mike
got
is
toxic
fine.
traits. We all got
Yes, Mike
toxic
is
traits.
fine, child. I said, my God, why you do that girl like that? So I hope I'll never run into him or anybody like him. Ever. Ever in life.
That's hilarious. Tell us where we can find you on social medias.
All right. So on all of my social medias, I am under Anna J Author or Author Anna J. So however you type it in, it's going to come up Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Anna
And
J
if we
Author.
wanted to order any books from you, where could we go for your website?
So I do not have a website, and I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you, because that's stressful. This cannot be stressful for me. So you either going to get that thing from Amazon,
I saw
or
that. Okay.
you're going to catch me at one of these events. But don't come over here.
Okay, because I have your books in my Amazon cart, and I was like, well, let me see if she has anywhere else. So you let me know.
Yeah, and I got
I'll
some
be
at home
buying
though.
soon.
Like, because a lot of time people DM me like, "You got books at home?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got a couple. I'll go ahead and send them out."
Okay.
But I do not have a website. I did not take pre-orders for any of the events because I just like the way my anxiety is set up. I can't. You see me
You just
already.
gotta
Like I
show up.
can't. I
You just
can't.
gotta show up. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
So I'm gonna bring the books to wherever I'm at. Y'all gonna come to the table and get them. We gonna talk. You gonna hug me. We gonna be cousins. That's how it's gonna go. Yeah.
Well, I'm placing my order today then, because I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure before I click my
Yeah,
send and
send me
pay,
a
because you're gonna
DM
see
and
it's coming.
and I always tell them, send me a DM, I'll send you tracking, I'll put that thing in the mail tomorrow. That's it. But I can't do the if I ever did get a website, trust somebody else gonna be operating it. It won't be me.
It won't
I
be.
can't.
I'll refer you over here to.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
I appreciate you so much for sitting down with me. So I
Thank
want
you.
everybody to check you out because now that I have discovered you, I'll be screaming you to the top of my lungs. So when you see me pub you a little bit, just know I'm working for the big emotion to get your name out there even more.
That part. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good
You
night.
enjoy your evening.
You as well. All right, bye. Girl.